Hello, I'm Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently doing 30 videos in 30 days to celebrate the fact that I'm turning 30 this month. And today's video is 30 book recommendation for your 30s. And before I start all of this, I've already talked about it, but I usually don't like to do those type of books that are like, you should read this and this and this and blah blah. But I think it's still nice to do some book recommendations, and then you can choose whatever sounds good to you. I'm not like, you should read this, but you should, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So let's start because 30 is a lot of books. So if they come for us is a poetry book with a bunch of poetry. It talks about, like, refugees and trying to fit it in a society you don't know anything about. So all of that, very good, very short, and it's accessible. Sometimes I feel like poetry is not that accessible, but this one, it's good. Then I have Northanger Abbey, which is by Jane Austen, and it's not that known, I feel like. That's why I put it here, because you always hear about like Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, but Northanger, anyways, Abbey, still very good, and I feel like you should read it. Don't be too scared of classics. They're not that intimidating as you think they are. So read classics. They're worth it. I put another classic, which is called Les Trois Mousquetaires by Alexandre Dumas. It's translated to The Three Musketeers, I believe. This is very thick. If you think you know French and you want to attempt to read this, don't. Even for a French speaker, like native French speaker, this is hard because the verbs, what is this? Like, anyways, it's a very old French, very hard to read, so do not attempt to read it in French if you don't really know French. Then I put Homefront by Christine Hanna. This is a book where you follow this woman who goes to war, and a woman that goes to war early 2000. It was not that, it still isn't very common, so there's a bunch of things related to that. Anyways, I put The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, another classic. It's kind of easy to read. There's also a movie that was made pretty good, so yeah. Then The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. I feel like this is my favorite book by them. I don't really remember, but I remember enjoying it quite a lot. Then I have Bewilderment by Richard Powers. This is, again, I don't remember what it was about. I listened to it and I really enjoyed myself, so I bought it. No, it's on the other shelf. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. If I remember correctly, it talks about like space or something. Anyways, it's literary fiction, so it was good. Then Dire Bond by Sable Sorensen. This is a romanticy. I read the ebook first and I enjoyed it so much that I bought it. I bought the book. I think it was first published like independently, but then it got picked up by a publishing house, I believe. Anyways, the second book is coming out this year and I'm very excited to read it. Then I picked a short story by Tolstoy. It's called Le Cheval in French. I'll put it here with the English cover. This is a very short story where you follow this horse that was born into like a noble family, but he's ugly, so he gets sold and all of that, and it talks about beauty and society, and I really enjoyed myself. It's very short, so if you're afraid of Tolstoy, this would be a good way to start. Then I have Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. I think this is very popular. You're following this journalist who interviews a vampire about his life, and the movie is very good. Then I have My Friends by Isha Mata, which is a political fiction. You're following this young guy who lives in the UK, but he's not from there, and talks about the war in his country and all of that. Then I have Sea Prayer by Khaled Hosseini, which is a very short book. It's mostly like drawings, and it's about migrants and all of that, so very good. Then something lighter, Buckhorn Beginnings by Laurie Foster. This is a romance / dark romance, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of old, but very good. Then The Ashes in the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. Is that her name? I can't see. It's not there. Anyways, this one, very good. It's also romantasy, fantasy, all of that, very good. Then another classic, Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. I've read this in French and enjoyed myself. The first part is better than the second part for sure. But yeah, you should read it. It's funny. It's funny. Then Animal Farm by George Orwell, which in my opinion is the better book by him. It's a short story and it follows like animals that are trying to get paid and all of that. It's funny, okay, but very important with society. Should read it. Then I picked up a romance called Breathe by Abby Glines. This is the first book in the Seabury series. Very romance, like teenager romance. It's very cute. I loved it. Then The Lion Woman of Tehran by Marjan Kamali, which talks about women in Iran trying to fight for their rights. It's time to read it, okay? Then we have The 7 Moons of Mali Almeida, where you follow this guy who passed away and he has 7 nights to figure out how he died. Very good. Then The English Patient by Michael, anyways, Ondajte. Very good, very well written, talks about wars and all of that. Then a nonfiction, A Promised Land by Barack Obama. This is, it talks about all of his time in the office and like political things are happening in the world. Very good, especially if you don't know anything about like the US, the way they work. Very good. Then The Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. Very important because Muslim people don't like that book. Anyways. Then we have Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the first Mistborn trilogy. Very, very good and a good way to start reading Brandon Sanderson. Then we have Educated by Tara Westover. It talks about her life, the way she wasn't in school until she went to university and all of that, and the way she managed to get a PhD. Very good. Then The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I love Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and The Shadow of the Wind is the first book in the it's a 4-book series. Anyways, the Cemetery of Forgotten Books. Amazing. Then Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Very good, and it makes you think about beauty in life, and yeah, very good. Then The Sun and the Flowers by Rupi Kaur. It's a poetry collection, once again, very short and very good. Then Outlander by Diana Gabaldon, which is one of my favorite series of all time. The sun has gone away, so there you go. Yeah, very good. And then The Governess Game by Tessa Dare. Very, very good. Also, if you have never read Tessa Dare, this is a historical romance. But yeah, so 30 books that you should read in your 30s or even earlier if you want to. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow along as I do those 30 videos in 30 days, please subscribe and I'll see you tomorrow.